Hello and welcome. I am Scrapperlock, and this is City of Heroes on the Rebirth server. We are with our level 23 Brute, Quintessence Lass, who has over 250,000 experience earned, 54,000 XP to go to get to the next level, 24, and our next superpower, 285 influence earned, and we are on a story arc. And that is for Rondell Jackson, and our story arc is looking into the Sky Raider's secret. And Rondell says, why don't you go and check Catcher's office? This Catcher is a guy who was working on acquisitions for the Vigilance unit. We need to learn more about those military supplies. It looks like the Sky Raiders killed Wayne Evans to keep him from finding out what happened to those supplies. I'd like to see his death mean something. So now we're going to go to Perez Park. And one of the things I've been trying to figure out here is Mission Teleporter. One use left, but I could have sworn my other characters had a permanent Mission Teleporter they used like all the time. Here's a Mission Transporter. So this is a different one, it looks like. Alright, well, let's use the thing that we have one use left for, and then we can use the other one if we need to. Hopefully this will actually transport us to the right place. Let's select the task. Yeah, see, it didn't like that because I didn't have the task selected. Let's try again. Yeah, I keep forgetting you've got to select the task before you hit that button. And so we're going to head over. There we go. Oh, well, now, if I had known it was just on the edge of this, I would have just jumped over here. I just figured it was probably somewhere in the middle of the woods. Of course, there's no way to know until you go into the zone, and at that point, there'd be no reason to do a mission teleporter. And these porters are going to be fun, because they like jumping all over the place. I'm surprised they haven't tried to go anywhere. Well, you're done now. So we are looking for Irving Catcher. I almost wanted to say Irvin Kershner because that's the director of Star Wars. Not Irvin, but it's a totally different name, but the I and the K and the similarity of the sounds alike almost made me say it. And that is... Yeah, this is, I think, maybe a little too easy here, guys. I think we're going to probably have to bump this up to +1. I'm a little hesitant, mostly because of the elite bosses at the ends of missions, and I don't want to have to keep dropping them to +0. But on the other hand, I don't want to have super easy time over and over again in these missions, and white cons just are no challenge anymore. They can't even make me like run out of endurance at this point, right? Because we have stamina, and we've got some reduced endurance on some of our powers. So it's going to be just not a challenge unless we bump it up, I think. Now the +2s are going to be rough. And we will get +2s in quite a lot of +2s in our +1 missions. But it's pretty clear that we can handle the +1s with no problem, and the +0s are just too easy. So I think it's time to bump this up. I mean, I've been saying it might be, but I think at this point it's clear that it absolutely is time. And the thing is, we haven't really even got a lot of our enhancements into our attack powers yet. When we actually have that, we're going to probably need to move it to +2 as soon as we've got enough of our attack powers enhanced, because we just do so much damage already. And we only have damage enhancers on this power, right? The Shadow Maul. So now is the point where our character is going to start kind of gasping for enhancement slots, because you keep getting a power every other level, and you only get 2 slots, and you need to put 6 slots in every attack, so it takes you like 3 levels of heavily slotting attacks just to get them finished. And we also need to put slots in our defense powers, and every couple levels we're going to get a new defense power as well. So and of course we had to put some slots in health and stamina, and that drained us of some slots too. So early on, you know, really until you get to level 32 and you start getting 3 slots per level after that rather than the 2, it's very difficult to get those slots where you need them to be. And we're still need a little bit more recharge on these powers. So these are the +1s. This is what a +1 spawn would be like. I think it's a lot more interesting and challenging to fight. Well, not really challenging, but it's a lot more appropriate than the +0s. I just think they're just not enough. So we're going to need to move it up. This may be about the earliest I've ever done it. I was very cautious with Silver Phoenix moving it up, and I think I didn't move hers up till 25 or 26. I'd have to go back and check. Where'd he go? Alright, well, I'll just ignore him. He'll come back. There he is. Do you want to get a range power on her at some point? If possible, maybe in the pool powers. And see, all that missing, that's going to happen more with the +2s. And this guy is not even a +2, he's just a +1, but he's a lieutenant, so he's a little harder to hit. What was our chance? 88%, we rolled 95. 88%, we rolled a 93, so that's the problem, we rolled high. Anybody up here? No. So this is my, actually my 3rd episode that I've shot today. I'm having a lot of fun with it, but one of the other reasons is I am now done with my House Flipper playthrough, so ordinarily at least one of these episodes would have been House Flipper, and those tend to be a little longer. Because these, like, usually I can keep it to 30 minutes by just doing 2 missions at a time. It takes about 15 minutes to do a mission. Some of them are a little longer than that, but just in general. And whereas with House Flipper, a lot of times I just lose track of how much time I've spent on the property doing renovations. But anyway, I don't have that to play anymore. So all I'm doing for Let's Plays is this. I should get back to Tomb Raider. I played that for a while. I got about 33% of the way done with the first of the newer versions, sort of the new trilogy. And it was okay. But, uh-oh. Good thing he didn't summon a shield generator. So it was good. But it's not anywhere near as fun for me as City of Heroes. And I actually was enjoying House Flipper more, so I switched back to House Flipper. And I don't actually do, obviously, a Let's Play with Tomb Raider, so I just mostly just play it. So I do at some point want to get back to that, at least the first one that I bought all 3 of them because they were on sale. I bought like the whole trilogy for like 20 bucks. How will you cut it out? These guys are really annoying. They're a lot less annoying to this character than they were to the Mastermind. They were horrible for the Mastermind because my pets would chase them. I'm just going to ignore him. It's not technically a defeat also, you know, whatever. If he never comes back, I don't care. He'll come back eventually. They can't resist. What he really should do is run for his life, right? Seeing how powerful my character is and how she's just cutting through these guys like a scythe through wheat. He should be like, I'm out of here. But instead, he says, well, I'm kind of out of here, but I'm going to come back. Did he come back? Moron. Done. It's a good thing these villains are stupid. Makes it a lot easier to defeat them. Of course, if the bad guys were smart, the good guys would have a much harder time. So it's a good thing the bad guys are often not too bright. Although in this case, it's really not whether they're good or evil, it's whether they're AI or not. Because the AI is pretty dumb in this game. I mean, it's actually okay. It's not super horrible. I've seen much worse AI in games. But there is a limit to what it can do. And we definitely saw that with the minions, right? I had to often absolutely control every little thing that they did, or else they would get themselves killed. And we definitely see it with NPC allies, right? Like Fusionet, who is just an idiot. And they're very likely to get themselves killed. So, it sounds like the boss is in here. Oh, there's our kidnap victim. Is there a boss? Why are these guys just lieutenants? I mean, I know he's an actual lieutenant, but why isn't he a boss? This makes it way too easy. Seriously, you're going to try to hit me with a machete? I'm beating on you with dark melee. What? Who's shooting me? Literally with this character, what doesn't kill her makes her stronger because it increases her fury. So, like, literally every time they attack her, they make it hurt them more. Now, this guy's going to be a pain, this porter. Because if I don't take him out, I cannot. If I don't take him out, I cannot free the hostage. Which is super annoying. Okay, so we've got him. Now we just have to defeat the commander and his entourage, so these guys. And then we'll read the clue. There's a guy upstairs, too. He's an engineer, so we definitely want to kick his butt. Let's see if we can super jump this. Oh, darn it, I made him see me. No, I didn't. Okay. I just try not to, you know, deal with the stupid shield generators, because they're quite annoying. 2 porters, yummy. So this would be a case, the porters would be a case where fear would potentially be useful, right? Because it doesn't do anything, but it'll lock them in place, right? It'll freeze them, right? It's a hold. So then they wouldn't be able to teleport away because they're too busy cowering in fear. So that's there's an argument to be made for getting fear for that purpose, and I will eventually get it. I just don't feel like it's a priority when I'm trying to get my attack cycle going and do damage. Well, there's a lot of guys in here. This would be a lot more fun if they were yellows. It would be, I don't know that it would be exactly challenging, but it would be a little bit more. Wow, this guy didn't even notice me. Yeah, so the strategy would be, obviously, fear, let them cower, and then beat on them, and you've got 10 seconds, and by the time the 10 seconds is up, they're probably dead. Or unconscious. Who else is around? Let's see. There. Assault Raiders. I do think Sky Raiders look really cool. I love their helmets. And that is the mission. Ooh, and the story arc? That was a really short story arc. Alright, let's head out. And we'll call our contact. Have you figured it out yet? The disappearing soldiers, the stolen equipment, Colonel Jury and his men have become Sky Raiders. No wonder the army was being so secretive. A rogue military unit? It doesn't get much more embarrassing than that. Maybe someday we'll find the proof for my wild speculations, but until then, I'm confident in my conclusion. So he has not given us a new contact. So let's try Claire Childress. I mean, he gave us one, but it wasn't the one we want. So let's try Claire Childress, who's in Talos Island. So I will head over to her, and I will bring you guys back when we are on Talos Island. Alright, folks, we are with Claire Childress, who says, "Oh my, it's nice of you to come by. Of course, I've been expecting you. Available missions. Retrieve stolen weapons from the Freak Show. Oh, cool. We're going to fight the freaks. Been a great deal of chaos on the streets of the city, and a good deal of it has been started by a gang called the Freak Show. This highly factionalized group of nihilistic anarchists has become dangerous, fueled by a drug called Excelsior and their unwavering hatred of the system. Their tendency and wild abandon make them dangerous opponents. I just got a tip that the Freak Show have raided Lockhart Aerotech, so here we go. Lockhart Aerotech, I believe, is the guys who are actually supplying the Sky Raiders. But first, we need to change our mission difficulty. And you know, I was just in Steel Canyon and I forgot to do it. But I remember now, so I'm going to I'll just head over to Alice Park since I know where that guy is, and it's like really close to the train station. It's over by City Hall, and it's like just 2 hops. So I don't know where the guy in Talos Island is, if there even is one, so I'm just not going to worry about it. We'll just go to Atlas and quickly change difficulties and come back. So we'll just head back here. It's just like 2 hops. Actually, just barely more than 1 hop at this point. Because he's right here. And let's do level +1. Don't know if it's going to take immediately, but hopefully it will. This is going to be a little rough when we're fighting orange and red freak shows, but we'll try it and see. I am very much enjoying this character. He's a very cool character. She is going to kick butt. Freak shows are going to make our fury go up really fast because they have dull pain, so we're going to have to hit them more, and because they also will res. And so a couple spawns in, and we are going to have a really high fury bar. So let's set the mission. And off we go. One of the things I really enjoy about Talos Island is the music. There's a lot of really good music in here too. Like that song that's playing now I really like. It's got a good little beat to it. So much of the aesthetics, the feel, the sound, the look of this game is so good. The people who designed this game did a great job. Okay, so we gotta get some weapons. Got a clue. There's another weapon. We'll grab that. 4 to go, and there is a freak show lieutenant. Ooh, a redcon, perfect. Right at the beginning, we get to see how we do against orange and red. +2s. Here we go. Oh, by the way, I'll show you this. I accidentally increased the healing. Didn't intend to do it, but I'll show you what I did when we're done. I forgot to show that. There was a blank slot, and I had a heal inspiration that I got at the end of that mission that was like level 22 or something. And I just hovered it over. So here, what I did was I dragged it and I just hovered it in place over here to see what the bonus would be, and I must have accidentally let go. So we've got a little bit extra healing going. These guys are going to end up giving us an insane amount of XP. So you can see we now heal almost 100 per shot, which is quite good. So yeah, we can take on the +2s, no problem. I'll start with this guy. The other guy might have somebody else in there with him, so... Okay, well, we'll switch to this guy. I'd rather take the minion out first, just so we're not being pounded on by two different guys. That take him out, and it took him out before his dull pain went. And I can beat that dull pain with my Siphon Life. I heal myself while draining you. Yeah, that animation takes too long for it to stop the dull pain. And of course, they're freaks, so we have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now these guys are rough on the endurance because of the dull pain and how hard it is to damage them, and they also have smashing resistance, I believe. I could be wrong about that. So there's an elevator, but we have to keep looking. Because there might be other glowies here to click on. Look at the pipes, that's really cool. I hear another glowy. Somewhere. There's one somewhere. So far we have not fought anybody +1. It's been all +2s. Yeah, with our Shadow Maul, it's going to be very hard to stop him from dulling pain. Because it's a dot, it's a damage over time, and once you get locked in the animation, you can't stop it. It doesn't look like they're any more resistant to any one power than to either of the other, to the other one. You know, they're like, if you look at Shadow Maul, we're doing the same physical and negative energy. Now we can click on this while we wait for them to res. And there's another glowy too. There must be somebody else around here, but we'll start with this guy. Now, of course, one thing you could do is sort of make sure to, like, I could open with Shadow Maul and then hit with the quicker attacks, and that would make it less likely that they're going to be able to dull pain. Okay, so that seems to be this level. Pardon me while I take a sip of water. And so now we're going to move on to the next level. Wow, we've already gotten almost 4 beads in level 23 already. I'm going to have to turn off XP, I'm almost certain, before we get Andrea Mitchell. How come these guys are +0? I don't know what happened here. They shouldn't be. You're going to see a huge difference. They're just gonna die so fast. Or no, be knocked unconscious so fast. Not killing anybody, just knocking them out. Yeah, so I'm sure there's a way to time it so they don't dull pain, but it doesn't really matter. We can crush them either way. There's some yellows. Oh, that guy got up. I didn't wait for him. So we'll just take him out that way. Man, this character just takes people out so fast, and she's not even fully, whoops, she's not even fully enhanced yet. So there's one more weapon to find, and we know exactly where it is. Isn't this the mission with the owner? His name looks like Tipwinixers, right, in lead speech. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought maybe this was it. Yes, that's him. The owner. Level +1 boss. Anybody else around him? He shouldn't see me up here. They don't tend to look up. Thought there was another guy in here. Yeah. Okay. Look at that. Just crushed him. Okay, so where's Ponzi? There he is. Well, I wasn't really ready to start, but okay. Make sure we hit. So keep an eye on it. I do 99 heal. The minions were doing 67, I think. Let's see how much he heals when he does dull pain. He'll probably do a lot more. 271. Wow. I could maybe get it up to like 140 or 150, but I would never be able to get 271. Because he just has way more hit points than I do. But you can see, look at this. I'm crushing this guy. And that is the mission. We're going to stay in and see if he wakes up. And we got a badge. Poons or something like that. Chief Swiper. Poons right there. Owns. No, doesn't look like he's getting up. So we crushed him. Cool. Good deal. So now we're going to go Claire. And have a little conversation. So I hope you guys are enjoying the Brute. I really am. I think comparing characters, this is my favorite other than Silver Phoenix. I'll always love Martial Arts Super Reflex the best, but this is an awesome, awesome character. I'm really enjoying it. I love the special effects. I love the sound effects. I love the dark melee punches. They're very fast and aggressive, much like the martial arts aggressive kicks. You got a temporary power. What's this one? Beanbag, confiscated beanbag gun. We don't need that. No, I'm trying to remove it from the tray. So we got more available missions. We will do those next time though, guys, I think, because we are at a half hour exactly. So we will continue next time. Until then, I am Scarpalock, and this is City of Heroes on the Rebirth server.